Ocean City Racing. Just like a couple other games I've reviewed in the past, I decided to re-review this game as well, not only because I believe I could have done better, but also my opinion of the game has changed since my old game review. Also, unlike my other game reviews, I'll be deleting this old video. Anyway, let's get into the game. Ocean City Racing is an open-world racing game, taking place in a coastal city. The title just explains it all. The game is available for $2.99 on Steam, but I got it for $1.04, or 66% off, a couple years ago. The game has 3 different game modes, which include free mode, time trial mode, and race mode. Free mode, you just explore the entire map with all drivable cars scattered about. Race mode is just team races, where you race against 4 other AI opponents, and time trial is your standard get the quickest lap time. While we're talking about driving quickly, let's go over to control. What is good is that there's Xbox controller support. It's way better than the keyboard controls. What isn't good is pretty much everything else. The steering is just so wide it makes it almost impossible to complete a full turn at full speed. Even if you do slow down, the steering's still pretty wide and you'll hit the wall at a slightly slower speed. The only solution I found was to use the e-brake, but the e-brake has its own major problem. You have to be very precise in how you control the e-brake. If you hold the button for too short of a time, it doesn't do anything except keep you going towards the wall. If you hold the button for too long, you'll start to go sideways. Now, in most racing games, you generally can correct this, but in this game there's nothing you can do. Keep your speed up, you'll hit the wall. Slow down, you'll hit the wall at a worse angle. Steer the opposite way, you'll hit the wall. Steer into the skid, you'll hit the wall quicker and at a worse angle. When doing it in open ground without any walls, you'll end up doing a long 180 every single time. I don't know why there's just no way in order to correct this. The controls are so bad, even the AI can't use it. Multiple times I found AI drivers in the field ramming the wall, hoping they can get back onto the track. While we're going on about AI drivers, let's go over race mode. As I said before, there are 10 different races you can do against 4 other AI drivers. I think 10 races is a little short. I know it's a small map and all, but there's a lot of roads, and a lot of roads means a lot of possibilities. And the same can go for a number of AI drivers. I think there should have been 7 or 8 instead of just 4. Anyway, there are other problems with the game. For example, the pedestrians at the start-finish line stop you instantly, losing all the speed you had, unlike moving pedestrians, which you just phase through. Also, the transition between races is terrible. The music just abruptly stops and takes you to the next race. And the final problem that puts the icing on the cake is that you can't lose. You seriously cannot lose. I got 3rd place and it said I won. I actually tried to get last place, but 2 AI cars flew off the track. The same applies to pretty much all other races. You can get last place in every race and it'll still say you won, except for the last race, in which it says you must get 1st place to beat it. The first question I have is, why then? Why didn't you make that a rule in the first race? And then there's the music. The music isn't bad, but to me it doesn't sound like racing music. It sounds more like casual driving music, more suited for free mode. Although there are a lot of problems in race mode, there are even more in free roam. Again, free roam allows you to explore the entire map with all the drivable cars in the game. You'll notice very quickly that everyone is about a foot taller than you, which can be unnerving. When you try to run them down, you phase right through them, just like in race mode. All of the models just look kind of out of place. Some look like they were copied and pasted from different games, and some other textures are just messed up. There's a Hummer with a tire on the hood, there's a Jeep with an entire image as the license plate. The women sitting down aren't even touching the bench. The men that are walking around all wear the same t-shirts, walk in the same weird way, and vanish when they reach a certain point. And then there's the creepy woman with no eyelids. The game doesn't even run that smooth on my computer, which is odd because I have an i7 processor, 12 gigs of RAM, and all my drivers are updated. But the game, it says it only requires 2 gigs of RAM according to the Steam website. It keeps flashing the void below the map, some of the buildings take time to load, and the shadow textures keep glitching out. But speaking of the void, the most fun part of the game is getting out of the map. What you do is you just go as fast as you can over the big bridge and hit the ramp at the end. Hopefully you'll land into the lake, or the bridge can bounce you in if you hit the top of it. Once you're out of the map, you can explore into parts of the city that are blocked off, weird bridges that are made out of grass, and then the void. But once you're in the void for more than a few seconds, you can't drive your car anymore. You can't even get into it after you exit. I don't know why that happens, it just does. So what's good about the game is that it has okay music, Xbox controller support, a variety of cars to drive, and a low price. What isn't good is the lack of races, time trials, amount of AI drivers, a small map, and no updates since its release, even though some of the parts of the city say under construction, which I thought meant in the progress of making. Weird, indestructible cars, even weirder graphic models, and so many glitches and bugs, I'm amazed the developer thought this was finished. But all of those problems are irrelevant. The one thing this game doesn't screw up is the fun aspect of the game. There are many games that are bad because they are bad. One example is Stellar 2D, which I reviewed not too long ago. Then there are games that are good because they are bad, because they have flaws. I had a lot of fun playing this game, showing it to my friends, getting on the map, and writing a review on this game. What I've learned now is that if you don't take this game seriously, you'll have the most amount of fun with it. And all it cost was $1. Overall, if you want to have some good old fun, then get this game. If you want a quality racing game, then you're looking in the wrong place. Now, anyway, if you want me to review a game, put it down in the comment section, I'll check it out. And if you want to see more videos by me, please subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm Oscar7, and I will see you next time.